So I have an introduction. It needs to be revised after everything is done, but it's going to get me going. And the first part of my thesis is public opinion can be beneficial when the general consensus is positive. So I was originally thinking about public opinion and that violence is unacceptable and it helps us create our laws, which keeps us safe. So I can start by making a topic sentence that kind of leads into that same idea. I do want to try to avoid being super repetitive in my word choice, but I still want to get across the same main idea that I do from my thesis. So maybe I can say something like when the, or maybe when society um, has an opinion to keep people safe. That's not a very good. I'm trying to be too wordy. Maybe I should just say what I need to say first, and then I'll worry about how to rephrase it later. Okay, so I'm going to try again. When public opinion is designed or keeps people safe, then it is a positive aspect of society. All right. Now I'm trying to think of what is a specific example that I can use to prove my point for when public opinion was kept safe. So I want to pull in some different events that I know about. I could pull in history, I could pull in things from books, I could pull in from my own personal experience, or thinking about things that are going on in today's world. One of those things is the Las Vegas shootings. So I can say, like, recently there was a mass shooting in Las Vegas. Um, Many people died and more were injured. As a result of this story hitting the news, many people are of the opinion that the shooter was wrong and should not have killed innocent people. In this case, having so many people believe the same thing can be a deterrent. Spell deterrent right? Yeah. For others who might be considering executing a similar plan. Now, I can also turn this around and say, like, how things would be different, and that might help prove my point. So if everyone either was apathetic, which means they don't care, towards this tragedy, or supported the madman, then it could encourage other potential shooters. And then I can add a closing sentence to just make sure that I'm staying focused on the same thing. In this, or I already said in this case, I'll say, as a result, public opinion against crimes keeps people safe. And again, not like the best argument, but I'm at a timed moment. I'm just trying to think off my head, and I can go back and revise afterwards. All right, so if I proved this part, then I want to qualify this of when is public opinion not a good idea. And I said the fear of the public opinion can prevent people from acting virtuously if it's based on assumptions. Originally, I was thinking about like teenagers or everything else, if they're worried about like what people are going to think of them, maybe they're not honest. And then I was trying to think of a specific situation when I know that has happened. And since I just used current events, I think I wanted to go this time into a version of literature. So I can say, something like, while the public's opinion can keep people safe if someone makes his decisions based on false assumptions of what the public will say, problems can arise. And by the way, I had to say I chose to do singular someone, so I just chose gender his instead of doing the his slash her. That would be up to you. It's still a possibility. But then I can say, for example, in Arthur Miller's play, The Crucible, which is based on the Salem witch trials, the minister of the town is afraid to tell the truth because he is so scared of his town's opinion changing and thus being forced to leave his position in the church. Now, I need to elaborate on this so that it's more clear, and I can say something like when his niece is caught performing witchcraft, he knows she is guilty, but goes along with her lies in order to protect himself from public outcry. And I want to keep my focus on the public because this is what the prompt is about. Now, I can say something like, as a result, or maybe because he made his decision based on his fear or assumptions of the town's reaction, innocent lives were lost. And finally, then I can go on from here and do my conclusion before I go back and revise.